out!
Today I'm going to be doing an in-depth Phantom guide. I'm going to give you some tips that you probably aren't aware of about the Phantom, especially if you're lower ranked, which you can absolutely benefit from. So the big controversial argument is the Phantom or the Vandal better? Most people would argue that the Phantom is better objectively, depending on which map you're playing on, right? So if you're playing on Breeze, you probably don't want to use the Phantom for reasons that I'll explain here in a second. So I'll go ahead and play this background deathmatch gameplay. And yeah, so the basics about the Phantom are that it costs 2,900 credits, it is a rifle, and it's one of the best guns in the game for sure, regardless of whether or not you think it's better than the Vandal. It has 30 bullets, the Vandal has 25, so this whole video I'm going to be comparing the Phantom to the Vandal just to give you guys kind of a difference, or just an idea between the differences and why you'd want to use one over the other. So the Vandal has 25 bullets, the Phantom has 30. This makes it good for spraying and bursting, where the Vandal is much better whenever you tap or just burst slightly. So, you know, consider learning the spray pattern so you can actually spray. Spraying is also good with the Phantom at medium ranges, even long ranges if you're very good at controlling the spray pattern. You know, so absolutely try to do that. The next tip is the range. It's about the range of the Phantom. The range of the Phantom is definitely limited compared to the Vandal, and this is the primary downside of using the Phantom, right? So past 15 meters, you're going to be doing 140 damage to someone's head with one bullet, which is obviously very, it can be very frustrating for that to happen. But basically, this means that you want to be using the Phantom in closer to medium ranges. It doesn't mean that you can't take long range fights, but it means that you can definitely lose duels against people that have a Vandal much more easily. So try to be careful whenever you're fighting like across the map. And like I said, this is the main reason why, like, here is a good example of this. You see, I can definitely take this fight against the Phoenix here, but you see, there's a second here where he's actually not dead and he takes a headshot. So you just have to be aware of this, and you have to understand that you need to keep shooting them after the headshot. But this is why I say you probably want to use the Vandal over the Phantom on Breeze. It doesn't mean, like I said, it doesn't mean that you can't take long range fights. It just means it's going to be harder. So, yeah. Also, you know. Okay, anyways, the next tip is you have a faster fire rate than the Vandal by just a slight amount. So this makes, again, spraying very strong. I think that spraying with the Phantom is honestly underrated. But you know, definitely something you want to practice. It doesn't mean you should be spraying all the time, but definitely learn spraying. You know, you don't need to spray the entire clip. You can just spray like 10 bullets or so, 10, 15 bullets, depending on how many people there are. You can also spray through smokes, which can be a very strong thing. And you can also spray, spam through like objects, through walls, because you have extra bullets and you shoot a little faster with this gun, like we've already covered. Excuse me. So yeah, the next tip here is tracers are not visible to enemies. Basically what this means is enemies cannot see your bullets, which that is definitely an added bonus over the Vandal. It means that enemies cannot see where your bullets are coming from, which is good for kind of hiding your location whenever you're shooting in certain areas. Like, people don't know exactly where the bullets are coming from. Your bullets are also a little wider past a certain distance than other guns, so that is again another added bonus. But yeah, guys, so those are the primary tips. Pretty much understand your range limitations before taking a long range fight with this gun, and take advantage of bursting and spraying at medium to closer ranges, because it's very strong. Also, spray transferring is something that I didn't talk about yet, but you can learn to spray and understand the spray pattern of this gun. You can begin to spray transfer more easily. But outside of that, you know, tell me what you guys think about the Phantom versus Vandal argument. I think that it is really a map dependent thing, but I also think that the Phantom is just, you know, just a slight amount better for me to want to use it on certain maps pretty much always. Like Split and Haven, for example, I'd almost always opt for the Phantom. But, you know, I understand the Vandal is also a very popular weapon, and people love using it as well. But yeah, guys, so this deathmatch I forgot how easy deathmatch is with an actual gun. Like, I don't know. I feel like I stomped this game pretty hard. But yeah, I've been using like all these, you know, crazy, like all these pistols and stuff for you guys to make guides out of. And this game was pretty fun. So as you can see, pretty clean stomp. Person below me is at 35, but then below that everyone's kind of trash. No offense, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. So if you have any questions about the Phantom or why it might be better, leave it in the comments below, and you know, I'll get to you. So peace. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.